Hi there viewers and welcome to Drawing Stuff with Paul Yateman. I found this in a folder of schoolwork. So this thing, which check out that for my first go at drawing a ArtyAlien. Pretty crappy. So back in year 7, which was 1985, I did an assignment on the future titled Future in the Year 2020. Taking most of my inspiration from a series of Usborne books from I think 78 or 79, mostly by Kenneth Gatland and David Jefferis, I think. I think Gatland did the artwork. I'm not too sure. The information about that is pretty sparse. So let's see what's in here. Should be interesting. On the microphone. So personal travel, we've got a bike on the right. It's BMW design. It would run on a battery, so I guess that's half realistic. Maximum speed would be 360 k's an hour. Yeah, don't know about that. And we've got bicycles weighing just 8.61 kilograms. Hey, the UCI for race bicycles is limited at 8. So partially realistic. And we got leisure time. What's in leisure time? Submersibles. Now this one is interesting from a graphic design perspective because what I've put here is a side view, a top view, and a front view of a submersible, and I've provided a drawing of the submersible. I actually like my simplistic fishies there. What you'll notice is that is not that. So if you were doing this as a design to present to a potential customer on, hey, here's your ship you could build, you want to make sure that the picture here matches this stuff. But that was what, 30 years before I even did the graphic design course, and it was year 7, so there we go. Health, medicine, replacement parts, lots of silicone replacements for people like tendons and nose cartilage and even a lung. Why you'd bother putting silicone in as a lung is interesting. Nothing about breast implants. Nothing about labial plastic, which is fucking ridiculous. Using animal bone for skulls. I've got a piece of titanium mesh in my head, so I guess we're using titanium these days. Something about vitellium metal, I don't know what that is, but titanium I think is what we use these days. Electronic pacemakery stuff, which is what we have. So yay, marvelous. Yeah, it's clearly traced. So a whole bunch of my own spaceship designs. These things, I think the reason why I was doing spaceships on graph paper is because it will enable me to easily code those into my Commodore 64. So I went through a phase where I was doing really early image creation on the old 16-bit computers. Were they 16-bit? Might have been 8-bit. Don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's why there's all these drawings, which I think is the first time I really got into spaceships, because back in primary school it was more like animals and dinosaurs and things like that. Hey, what do we have here? We got space hoppers, so more spaceships. Lord Meat Cow, that was a friend at school. We had another friend called Kid Clagus, and I was Commander Yoko Pops. So yeah, things you do when you are young and crazy. But yeah, inspired by Danger Mouse, which I was a fan of back in the days. Travel. Surprisingly, the bikes and the motorbike aren't in travel. And travel is trucks and other cars. Fed in plastic bumper. 85. I think we're still using metal bumpers at that stage. So yeah, that's correct, I guess. 2, being quickly replaced by any filling station or battery. Interchangeable battery modules. I could see that happening. Very small, so I'd love to see what they thought batteries would actually be made of back then. Truck designs from an American company, able to slide under the container it carries. The driver sits in the low cabin at the front. His seat reclines like that of a racing car. That'd be cool. And he sits no higher than the driver of an ordinary saloon car, which would probably be up here these days because everyone's driving around stupid ass SUVs. But I can imagine someone like Steve Robinson, Scott Robinson, drawing something like this in like fish islands or whatever the style he's into these days. Looks like pens and markers. Education. This one's slightly interesting. Besides the badly drawn crappy perspective, all-in-one computer with no wider than keyboard. So if that's my keyboard, the screens would be that big, which is slightly. It's about 5 centimeters less wide than my actual screen I've got for my computer. But I digress. Besides spelling mistakes, I'm saying people may be mainly taught how to spend their leisure because we'd only work 24 hours a week. Well, that would be bloody lovely. People who do work 24 hours a week is the underemployed, so that's a big thing these days. There'll still be schools, students will all be using computers, yes, locked into a central computer, maybe so the teacher can type in a word and see how much work the student is doing. Nah. The subjects apart from leisure, why did I write airport? Will be English, maths, history, science, geography, computing, and other languages. There you go, identity. Planet or moon? Earth. Very nice. Obviously I was bad at drawing drawings, and that's inspired or heavily influenced by the program called I'm pretty sure. But yeah, bad clothing. Obviously I wasn't a drawer of people. And if I wanted to get rid of my mustache here, I'd need to apply to the government and get approval. So, fun times in the future. Food, underwater fish farm. So, bubbles to cage in your fishies. And apparently it'd be really easy to live and work under the sea, which no one is doing yet. Pretty light on health, spray on skin, UV set plasters. Nothing about the world will be beset by a huge pandemic which will screw everybody over economy wise and socially wise and work wise. That being said, I'm working from home using my snazzy computers and still getting paid, so yay that this has happened now and not back then. Olympic Games, yay! Some African-Russian dude, based on his name, on the moon with some sort of weird non-oxygen supplying torch. The original image didn't have a fan in the top, so I added that. How it would work, who knows? These days it'd probably just be LED light. But anyway, some dude on the moon wearing a COVID-safe suit. Energy, the always 25 years away nuclear fusion, which is now supposedly 4 or 5 years away. An ammonia powered energy system based on temperature differentials. I can see a potential for an environmental catastrophe here, but then again, Shell spewed lots of crude into the ocean for weeks or months, and does anyone care? No, because they didn't go out of business and we're still buying their petrol. So there we go. Living in space cities. Television will have changed from a box to a stare at two-way tool. Meh. I guess you could call streaming stuff like that. Electronic newspapers will be available, that is correct. Video disc will be used to tape TV programs. No, not so much. Domestic robots will be used for carrying drinks to people. That'd be nice. Mail will be sent by computer. 85. Yeah, email didn't exist at this point. There we go. Tomorrow's towns will have plenty of space to grow vegetables. Yeah, not so much, because we build a house next to a farm and the residents complain and the farm has to move down to Wilson's Promontory. jacking up prices of food. Houses will have sun and wind power. Oh, we got sun power. TV and telephone reception will be better because satellites will be used for reception. Meh. Don't know about that one. And that is my, just for the hell of it, drawing from the front cover of the Usborne Book of the Future, A Trip into the Year 2000. Great if we were flying around these in 2000. This, I think, informed my designs of spaceships going forward. If I coloured it in the right way, it would be Chris Voss type, but I'm pretty sure either Kenneth Gatland or David Jefferis, who are the authors of the book, I think, would have done the artwork. And I got an A, an extremely well done assignment. I enjoyed the illustrations too. Just be a bit more careful with your spelling. So yeah, that is how we envisaged 2020 back in the early to mid 80s. Fun times. I will see you for a, I guess, proper video in the next one, which will either be me redrawing a photo manipulation I did, or maybe talking about my art challenge plans for 2020. Anywho, share, like, subscribe. This is me, Paul Yateman, and have a good day / week.